So, what do you actually need to make a hormone? Biochemically speaking, I mean. Spoiler alert, it's not an excuse to let your cholesterol run sky high. Today, we're tackling a myth that comes up all the time, that you should let your cholesterol run high because it's the raw material for hormones like testosterone, and for some other reasons and feelings that folks like to tie to this. I like feelings. I have some. I just don't give them equal weight to physiology when it comes to my health. On the surface, it sounds reasonable, but once you dig into the physiology, it just falls apart. Cholesterol is a precursor for all hormones. Adrenals, testes, and ovaries convert cholesterol into pregnenolone, and then eventually into everyone's favorites, progesterone, testosterone, aldosterone, cortisol, and so on. The actual requirement is tiny. The body carries about 35 to 40 grams of cholesterol, but hormone synthesis uses only milligrams per day, just a tiny amount. Letting your LDL run high doesn't give you more testosterone. It just gives you more risk. And if you're on TRT, you're bypassing that whole pathway anyway. Hormones are covered. Cholesterol isn't the bottleneck. Sorry, high cholesterol doesn't make you more anabolic, but it can make you more atherosclerotic. People on the internet are really defensive about their high cholesterol. They justify it by saying things like, it's good for brain health. I need it for my cell membranes. High cholesterol means I can make more hormones. That's taking some pretty big liberties with the science. Yes, cholesterol is in cell membranes, but cells regulate their own supply. And yes, the brain needs cholesterol, but it makes its own. Blood cholesterol doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier. In fact, high cholesterol in midlife is a risk for dementia. Low cholesterol linked to depression or low testosterone? Only in extreme cases, like malnutrition, rare genetic conditions, or in chronically ill patients, but not so much in otherwise healthy folks. For the average person, lowering LDL doesn't tank your mood, doesn't tank your testosterone, unless you count being sad about cutting back on bacon. The reality is simple. Cholesterol can add cardiovascular risk. It won't improve hormones. It won't boost brain power. Cardiovascular disease is still the #1 killer of men. I'm not your mom. Do what you want. But laying on the table, staring at the ceiling in the cath lab isn't the place to be reflecting on why you optimize everything, except for this.